All right, I think I'm back. I think I'm back. Sorry about that. Took a nap and I decided to come in a little later tonight, play some puzzles. This is from a club tournament that I'm playing in the in-house club tournament. So we'll go back to puzzles here. And I missed your comments until I went offline. Back online. Minquette and Squism, you know, you'd have to glue that from the back. I don't know how bad the rip is. That's really sucks, and kids are kids, so don't get mad at her. Uh, that Things happen. I do have a 15-10 challenge tonight, and let me get this set up first before I take that challenge. I probably will take that challenge. Just hold on just a sec. I'm just trying to get set up on live stream. Wizardry stream went really well. I had a lot of people in today. There we go. And let me catch that. Yeah, I just saw that. Don't get mad at her. I mean, it happens. But I guess you could glue it back from the back, not from the front, and then put the felt, back straight into where the hole is. I mean, covering it. And it's probably a vinyl glue that you would need to get, special glue, I think. The other way to fix that would be with tape on the back, and just tape from the back side with the felt pulled back a little bit, so you don't have tape on the top of the vinyl board, and then put the felt over and then tape the felt. Yeah, I was having technical difficulties. I had to turn off the stream, so I'm sorry I didn't see your answer until I actually went offline. Right on, Maquette. Are you stoked for GTA 6? I don't know when that's coming out, but that's coming out. But, I mean, there's a couple of ways to do that. I've never had a rip in my felt or my vinyl, because I bought the extra little, they've got these, like, it looks like a shortened version of an Archer bag. It was like $10 on Amazon, and you just put the vinyl, you roll it up with the board on the outside, not the felt on it. Otherwise, it would, bend out. And so that's how I keep mine pretty flat. Yeah, I figured you would be Joseph for GTA 6. Is there an ETA on it? But Sequizin, I think, glue's messy, but I think that you would need a vinyl glue. I don't know if, like, regular Elmer's glue would work on that. I don't know. Yeah, mine does too. Mine bends at times as well, but with the two ways to go about it, I would think adhesive tape would work. Even Gorilla tape on the back side would work, I think. Um, and it depends. Is your felt ripped up where the hole is? And it didn't go through the vinyl. Is that correct? It just went. It just screwed the felt, right? It didn't. It didn't affect the actual vinyl board. It didn't punch a hole in the vinyl board. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would just tape the felt. Get a decent tape. I mean, probably could use scotch. I don't know. I would the felt on the piece. Okay, now I'm confused because the board's good because it's vinyl. There's no felt on the back. So this isn't the board that got poked a hole in. Oh, it poked a hole in one of the pieces. That's what you're saying. Is that what's happening? Poked a hole in one of the pieces? That's totally different. So what you can do is, and yeah, you could glue those back. The other thing you could do also, and I mean, an adult should do this. I don't know how old you are, so, but you could take a little utility knife, and go in and cut that round felt piece off the bottom of the piece. And I would have an adult do it, not a kid. Okay, 13. Yeah, I would have an adult do this. All right. And go around and just take, one of those little thin deals and get under the felt and just pop that felt off. Just go all the way around it, pop that felt off, and then refelt it and glue it back on. I mean, adult needs to do this. That's all I'm saying, because I don't want anybody, screwing around and kid gets hurt, man. But, and you can't do it with a kitchen knife, right? There's a little special, I think they're little tiny, I don't know what they're called, if anybody knows what they're called. But you can pop that felt off and just kind of get it off, and then just get new felt, put a little backing on it, cut it in a circle, and then just glue the thing back on. Yeah, so if you can get right, the green part. So if you can get the green part on and it's still sticky, just take the felt off and recut the felt, but have an adult do that. Because nobody wants to cut themselves. You know what I'm saying? Promise me if you do that, have an adult do that. Because the sticky part still works. I mean, if it doesn't, if there's no sticky in there, just put a little glue on the base and then just stick the felt in, and you can cut it. You can cut that felt, and I don't think it's much cost to get felt. A small piece of felt. That's what I do, because it sounds like it got punched right through the piece. And not looking at it, and I don't have links up, so I can't see it. So that's what I would think. Or you could, if the felt fits perfectly back, it's just ripped up, then just, glue it or tape it and tape it back, and it should be fine. Yeah, the scalpel thing, yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, be careful. Be really careful. But that's how I would do it, and then just get some new felt. And you can get the felt in the same color as the pieces, you know. At an arts and crafts store, I would get the felt. That's how I would do it, unless that felt, you know, comes back and is, you know, it fits back in place, right? If there's a hole in it, you don't want to use it, but yeah, be careful. I mean, that's pretty delicate, and definitely have adult supervision on this one. I think you don't want to get caught. But I think that would be probably the best possible way to do it, unless the felt fits back perfectly and you just tape it and there's no hole in it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know how bad it ripped, or if there's a hole in the piece and you have to put the backing back, or get a sticky piece of backing, cut it in a circle, put it on the base, then put the felt on, you know. So it was actually a piece, not the board. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would then jerry rig it for now. I would just use, if you got some home tape or something. If it's typhoon season, yeah, you don't want to risk life or death for piece of felt. Yeah, yeah. I don't know the land, and the never been in a typhoon myself, so I have no idea. And I don't know if you can still hear me. The ad break just started. So I would tape it and just make sure it's flat, you know. Can you still hear me? Let me look at one of my pieces. One sec. I'll be right back. Woke up with a little pain today, so let me check. Yeah, I totally understand. Can you hear me, Sequizin? I know I got an ad break 34 seconds, but anyway, I got. Now, this is a wood piece and solid, right? Then I'll get to puzzles. I get to that challenge. That person could challenge me again. I'm sorry I had to delay, but I'm just trying to help. If anybody has any idea to help this situation, also, please feel free to comment. So his little sister punched a hole, or what I welcome back everybody. His little sister punched a hole in a chess piece. He just got a vinyl board for it. I don't know if they're plastic pieces or they're Staunton style, sturdier pieces. This is a wood piece on my wood set. And you can see the felt is on the back. And there's a little rim. And it's heavy felt. And it is just glued on there. I mean, when they put these pieces on. And so you can see that. And so with if you, and like I said, I'd rather have adult supervision on this kind of thing, but if you had just a rip in the felt and not a hole in the felt, right? Yeah, plastic club pieces, travel bag pieces, okay. So if you have a hole in the felt where there's an actual hole punched in the bottom of the piece, it would be better to lift the whole thing off and take like a sharp scalpel type or something and just go around the corners until you can pull it off with the backing on it as well and the felt. And then if you can glue it to where it's solid and glue it back, I mean, you don't have felt available, and then just glue it back both sides to make it, not on the felt side, but on the back side, and make it back to as good as you can get it, and then glue it back on the piece. I mean, that's one way to do it. But just be very careful, and since you're in typhoon season there, that's how I would do it. But like on this wood piece, I don't know if you can see that or not. You see that basically it's just a heavy duty felt, and it's glued on the bottom of the wood piece, and the wood piece is solid. There's no hole in there. And the plastic pieces, there's a hole. So you could also cut, a piece of like, I don't know, cardboard or something, then put the felt on top of it. If anybody has a suggestion on this and wants to add, please add. But just be really careful. I would have adult supervision on it, unless, and if your parents are okay with that, letting you do that by yourself, that's cool. I just rather have you talk to your parents and say, this is what I need to do, and it's okay if I do this, right? Check with them first. Always check with your parents, man. It's always a good idea. And maybe they can come up with a better idea seeing it because I can't see what it looks like. Yeah, that. I just talked to your dad. Just talk to your dad. Tell him this is what, the problem is, what I need to fix, and I'm sure that you guys can figure that out. But I do it the safe way. I mean, always talk to your parents, man. I remember one time I didn't, and I would always go over to a friend's house, use my bike, and about dusk, we lived in the first house that we lived in. Was on a real busy street where two boulevards hit each other, right? And the house I lived in was right there at the intersection. So the back alley would go into the parking lot to the house. And there was a stop sign for both ways. And heavy traffic coming around a blind corner, and then a straight shot this way, and there was an intersection to get on both roads. So everything else was cement. There was a stop sign there, and my dad told me, he said, when you come home tonight, go the back way. Go 3 streets down, and then just right back the back way, and then just come back down and come down the alley, And so, of course, it was getting late. It was getting dark, and so still light out. And it's just easier to go down the one boulevard on the bike, and hit the stop sign. And as I got to the stop sign, the phone company put a water grid cement block. It was rounded. It was about this high and about this big. And there was a manhole cover at the stop sign. And back then, bikes were really big, the wheels and everything. So thinner tires, well, they were kind of thick, but I think it was a 3-speed back then was on the bike. Anyway, my front tire hit it, my bike flipped, I face planted the manhole cover and knocked all my teeth out. And then parents took my situation to court, and the phone company paid for my braces and teeth, and I went through 7 years of braces. Knocked all my front teeth out. All my front teeth are knocked out. And they were in shards. I guess it was bad. And at first I got up and I didn't think anything of it, and I went in the house and I guess I was bloody all over, and I touched my teeth and they all fell out in shards. Yeah, it was bad. So that was one time I didn't listen to my parents, and man, I paid for it. I never ever did that again. That was just really stupid. But who would have thought that there was no signs, and that's why the phone company paid for it. But yeah, brutal learning experience. It sucked. Man, I wish I would have listened to him. Yeah, you know, that's a different issue, but yeah, that was a situation where, the court system worked, and so they just put it down there. Back then, it was what? I was how old? Maybe 9 or 10 when that happened, and so that's 1965 or 66 or 64 when that happened. 1960s, a little different then. So I didn't have to put warning signs or nothing up. Man, I drove myself, knocked all my teeth out. I didn't knock one tooth out playing hockey, but I sure did on a bicycle. So I got some challenges. Let me go ahead and take them today. And I'm sorry, but I'm a little late today. And then that question up there, I was just trying to help. Anybody else has an idea, let me know. And I am going to put this chess piece back on my board. And then I'll look at the challenges, see what we got, and take some challenges. Hey, kiddo. Yeah, what a good boy. This is my original clock from high school, 1972, 1973, made in West Germany. 1972, 73, 74. This is the original analog clock. My name's on the top of it, but I don't know if you can read it where it says West Germany, but it pretty cool. On the bottom end of it, it says where it's actually made, which is really cool. And made in West Germany. Yeah, made in West Germany. On the front it says made in Germany, but yeah, that's my original high school clock right there. Still works. Got all my chess lives in the stack. Love the chess life. Love that magazine. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the challenges. I know it took me a minute to get there, but let's go ahead and look at the challenges if there's challenges today. You don't see those analog clocks much anymore. I used it for a lot of years. Still works. It's a wind up. You gotta wind it up. Pretty cool though. So I did see some challenges. Do I have any more? I'm sorry I didn't get to them in the middle of conversation on this side, so we'll go ahead and is there any challenges today? I'm gonna put it. Oh man, my chair's been getting worse. I gotta get a new chair. Boy, I do. That's just killing my back. Okay, this is the Discord. That's the invite to the Discord, and I'm going to stream you on my primary channel tonight. There you go, and thank you for coming in. If we got a challenge, I'll go ahead and take it. Let me get this chair fixed as much as I can. It just all of a sudden just does the elevator ride, and my other chair backs off the cliff and I'll fall backwards. So that's this one actually supports my back, so probably should put some when I get a chance, buy a better chair here. So alrighty. Don't have any challenges. Okay, we'll go to puzzles. I'm sorry, there were 2 challenges. I would have took them, but trying to solve that issue. And we'll go to puzzles. Okay, you're close to checkmate. White to move. White to move, close to checkmate. Close to checkmate, white to move. I think we do it this way. Queen to H2. Took me a minute to see it. The rook is free space hanging. Yeah. But that is mate. Boy, living on the edge on that one. If I do get challenges tonight, I will take them. Find a way to end the game with a checkmate. Hey, Shadow, are you okay? God, there goes my chair again. Boy, it's getting worse. Yeah, come here, bud. Come on. Oh, there we go. I got it. Yeah, there we go. Man, I'm going to have to pull the other chair in. 1 sec. Move your buttons. Here we go. That really sucks. just got to be a little careful on this, sitting in this one. And this doesn't have any real back support. When my hip was hurting, holy crap. All right. At least I won't go flying down to a foot off the floor. Okay, find a way to end the game with a checkmate. Find a way to end the game with a checkmate. Okay, bishop takes the f7 pawn check, and the knight moves up. Check. There we go. All right. A little lower on this chair. I got to get a new chair. Yeah, either one of you can challenge. That's totally cool. Minquette was first, so I will go ahead and get out and take the challenge tonight. Minquette, you were first, and Sequism was second. So we'll take you in that order. So just go ahead and send it. Is there a challenge coming? Minquette? And we have an ad break. Don't want to take an hour. Okay, if you're not ready, let's the quiz and go. Are you ready, Minquette, or are you playing right now? If you're playing right now, let's quiz and go first. Okay. And this is Minquette. Thinking on this one. Okay, so quizzing will be next. I don't like that either. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, let's see here. Yeah, Shadow, what's up? What are you doing? Yeah? Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. You're good. You're a good boy. Yeah, you are. Alrighty, so what we got here? Hmm. That's a good play. Yeah, what's going on? Shadow, what are you doing? Yeah, good move. Good move. Yeah. I don't like that. Yeah, bring it back. Yeah, I have two kitties. One of them I've been talking to for the last few minutes is right here. The other one's eating, but a black kitty and a tortoiseshell. They're my kids. Yeah, they're good kitties too. Both about 5 years old. Shadow talks. He calls me by name. Yeah, that was a good play too. Thought that was coming. Gotta watch that though. And we're gonna go power here, so I know that boom. Gotta be really careful with that. Then Cat has to go. Okay. You have a good night, Manquette. All right. Have a good one, Manquette. That's too bad. He was playing great. I think he was playing really good. See how good he was playing.
Nice win. Let's review it together.
90%. 1161, 1950. Yeah. Opening accuracy 99.4. Middle game accuracy 85.7. I played 99.5, and I've been playing the Scotch for a long time, but see,
Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen.
How that game was going to go.
Sharp games.
Sequism is up. That was kind of crazy.
This move activates your bishop to strengthen control over the center.
"31 times with white, 61% win rate."
You permitted the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a queen.
Yeah, I sure did. And he saw it.
Doubled rooks on an open file is a great strategy.
Yeah, I think I was losing. I lost 4 in a row, actually. Well, one of them was one of the arenas that I had to abandon because I do the sports commentary. Tomorrow night, Friday Night Blitz, 7 o'clock right here, 6:30. Link's going to be up in the chat. Come on in, play in that. Read the room. If everybody's under 1,000, let them play. If not, come on in. And if we get some big guns in there, and we do get big guns every once in a while, then everybody's feel free to play. It is fair play policy. I do the sports commentary, host the arena. I wish we had a boot button because we always get one. But when you create a arena from the player side, you can't put the cap on the level, and you can't boot a player out if you see a problem. Yeah, and this rating's pretty low because I got smoked since Christmas, just freaking torn up. Almost 200-point drop. So that was the game. Played 90%, boy. Every time he plays 90%, the 3 times I lost, he played 90% or higher. So, okay. And Sequism, you're up. Go ahead and send it. I do have. Okay. I do want to get these 2 down. Don't say anything. This is a club tournament. Yeah, I knew he was doing that. I knew he was going to do that. Go for the check. Where do I want to go? I'm going to back up. Got a problem with that rook. My queen and the rook in the corner on this one. And he's going to... My knight can protect it, though, so... I think I'm protected for now. And he took with the rook. I thought he might. So... where do I want to go here? I think... do I want to do that? Could have protected with the pawn, which might have been a good thing to do. And then come back, yeah. Go there, and then, okay, and, right. Have a good game. King's Gambit. Okay. Could really do something weird, but I think we won't worry about that. We'll go here. This is actually my worst opening that I have problems with. It's always given me fits in the past. I don't play against it very well, I tell you. I kind of go out of book right away, and probably should trade pawns off right away instead of taking the pawn. I usually put the other pawn up there. That was a mistake. Gave me a free bishop. Yeah. Yeah. A little afraid of that. Which way do I want to go? I want to go that way. I probably should have protected with the knight. Didn't do it. That was my fault. Didn't think about it. Okay. Can't castle, so I'm in a little bit of hurt. I probably should have blocked with the knight first, but I didn't. Okay. Yeah, that would work. Okay, that's a good move. That is a good move. Very cool. Huh. Didn't see that coming. Inside or outside? Okay. Good game, Sequism. We'll go over the analysis and look at that. Game review. I don't play against that very well. I really have
You
had
built a
troubles.
lead in the opening, then played a tricky tactic.
Yeah, I saw the tactic and oh wow, I played 93% against it. I'm good. Yeah, sure. We'll play one. Let's go over the review really quick. Played 700, which is, you know, a little bit inaccurate in the opening, and it'll go over it. So let's go over it with it since we got the review.
Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games.
And I'm going to go one by
E5
one.
is a common response that establishes a presence in the center, controls d4, and opens up the queen and dark-squared bishop.
Because I need to know what I did wrong in
The
this.
king's gambit is an aggressive opening that starts with f4 white, weakens their kingside to attack the e5 pawn quickly.
Yeah, I
and can
hate
develop
that.
with knight f3.
Yeah, there's a couple of moves that you made that gave me a chance, and I did this the E7 move on purpose because I thought I had a shot at it to get my queen into play.
E takes f4, captures the gambit pawn, and opens up the center.
Okay, that is book.
Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center and controls the e5 and d4 squares.
Now I think I go off book here.
Bishop e7
No, I
develops
did.
the bishop
Good.
and creates a battery on the d8 h4 diagonal.
I did not know. There's a MC Super 15 1 minute unrated. I am not a bullet player. I will play you because, you know, but we want to get through this review first. And I want to watch it. I actually played book there. I did not know that was a book move. So that's good.
Their best option was to develop a bishop off its starting square. You get a chance to force the loss of castling rights.
Now, is this book?
You are forcing your opponent to lose castling rights.
Yep. It's not book. But at least I played book on that bishop move. I'm happy about that. I wonder what the next move would have been.
You are now able to capture a pawn and
Yeah.
win material after the follow-up trades.
Yeah.
Nice, you capture a vulnerable pawn, winning material after all trades are completed.
So I'm breaking out your king's side instead of the opposite effect, which King's Gambit is supposed to break up my king's side. And
Their better move was to recapture a piece.
yeah, better move was to take that pawn back. But then I would have checked with the bishops, so I would have just got a pawn out of it. That's all I would have got. But I would have completely wiped that king's side.
You are threatening to win material by revealing a check and attacking a piece at the same time.
Yep.
You get a chance to win material by revealing a check and attacking a piece at the same time.
This was the only really big mistake you made right there. There was nothing covering this bishop piece, Sequism. There was nobody was covering it. So that was the blunder move right there. And that led to the fault. The other thing is running your king up to the center and towards me, that gives me a chance to really solidify the attack and be able to take advantage of that. You really want your king behind these pawns and protected. So that's another thing that I see. I mean, just advice for me, and I'm not expert or titled or anything, but running that king out was a problem. And I was going to get material and then trade for the queen. So get the queen off the board, hopefully get your rook off the board. And I probably should have attacked that rook earlier, but I didn't. But we'll go through
Your
that.
best move was to win material by revealing a check and attacking a piece at the same time.
You know what? I didn't even think of that. That would have got me another queen. I totally missed it. That was my bad, and I blew it right there. Yeah, I could have moved I went for the free bishop, free material. I didn't look at that, and I missed it. But yeah, if I move the pawn up, I attack your rook, I check your king, and I get another queen. Ouch. That was my fault. I missed it. That was me. All me. I made a mistake.
Precise
right there.
move from your opponent.
So I went this way.
You are forcing your opponent to lose castling rights. Their king steps away from the check by your queen.
And then I'm just going to check.
Not the best move, but not bad either.
I'm gonna look to trade queens, but you stayed in
They
the
moved their
spot.
king out of the check from your queen.
Should have moved here because then I've got this.
Past pawns have a clear path to promotion.
All you have to do to prevent this sequism is move your queen in front, because my queen and king, I can't take that rook. So the queen move to E2 would have been the right move here,
You can pick up a free rook.
and that was another mistake. But all you had to do is block with a queen, and I wouldn't have been able to take that rook.
You want a rook for free. Their queen moves into the game.
Now, I made a mistake here. I should have blocked with the knight, and I didn't, because I had a couple of moves before the other night. I moved my knight out, but I really should have thought about this. But I also saw that check on that queen to get that queen off the board, so I moved away instead.
You escaped the check from the queen.
And they said knight, and I knew as soon as I made that mistake that I should have blocked with the knight. That was my
Their knight
fault.
comes into play, attacking the center.
But here's...
This move activates your knight to strengthen control over the center.
I know that rook's coming to back that up with a queen, so I thought, let's get the knight out, but I knew exactly what I was going to do 2 moves ahead.
They are threatening to checkmate the king.
Yep, they sure are. And so we just stopped that with
You
a
stopped
check.
your opponent from being able to checkmate the king. Their king steps away from the check by your queen.
Bishop could have stopped that. Bishop could have stopped that. I would have came down here and checked you again. and then would have blocked with the queen on the rook, or I would have took the rook over and slid it over and attacked your rook.
Good strategy to trade when ahead.
So you could have blocked at the g2 square with the bishop.
Takes back. This lets your bishop step into the game. They played one of the best moves here. Develops the knight and attacks the center. Your opponent activates their last piece, bringing all of their forces into play.
Yeah, and I see the...
You captured a free pawn.
We'll finish this out, and then we'll go for that.
This move puts their rook on a safer
Challenge.
square.
Attacking my knight.
For sure you had to move away from the threat. They move their king out of the check from your knight.
Yeah, I thought going into my king position was a mistake.
You've added an extra layer of protection to your pawn. They made one of the top moves in this position.
Yep.
You won material by capturing that bishop. A clear recapture. You recaptured. A straightforward recapture. You step your king away from the checking rook.
And I could have moved the bishop up, but I want to get that rook out of there, so that was what I was doing.
I like their choice.
And then this, because you can't go horizontal because I got those pawns there. So I knew, let's get the rook off the board
You fight against the opposing rook for the open file.
because the rook's got to take. And can't take the knight, can't move to c6, b6, or a6. I knew that rook was gone, and that's your last protected piece, so that's how that went. So, okay, let me get to the challenge here. Do want to check the game review again. And,
You built a lead in the opening, then played a tricky tactic.
okay. And got those 3 games there, but we'll do that. Okay, there's a rematch. And if somebody else wants a challenge, wait till the review's over and I'll take a challenge. Okay. King's Gambit, I am not real strong when the King's... That is my one bane opening that people play against me, and if they know, I had 1,800, really cool dude. He was a city council member here. He was really strong. I could beat him with white, but anytime I challenged to get above him on the ladder, he played the King's Gambit against me. I couldn't beat it. Man, I looked at it, could not freaking beat it. Okay. Yeah, Carol Khan. Okay. Nice move. That stops that. That stops that. Playing much better in this game. That's a good move too. And queen blocks, you can't take the bishop. Yeah. Okay. Solid play in this one. think I want that. Let me see here. Do I want that line? Or do I want that line? Yeah, I think we'll go this way. Playing solid. Good game, Seguizin. Should I go open? Go close. Go king side. Yep. Nice move. Yeah, I don't like that. And welcome back, everybody. Challenge night, puzzle night. Got a few puzzles in. So move that out. I think we'll move this. Okay. For the pin piece. It's a good move. Do I let that knight go in? Do I let that knight go in? Man, do I want that free pawn? Let me see here. That's a good move too. Hey, Dell. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming in this morning. How's the puppers? Doing okay? Okay. Yeah, that's a good move. Let's see here. God, I hope it's going to be okay. I really do. Totally understand. Man, I totally understand. Man, it's a tough situation. They're your kids. You know, my my puppers and kids are my kids. I mean, they really are. And I have kitties now, but you know what? We're going to do this. Get this rook out of here. Let's go out and win the game. But man, I feel for you, man. I hope everything works out. I hope he's going to be okay. And man, it's just rough. Okay. Good game, man. Played real strong. Dell, I hope everything goes good, and I hope they can get him care as quick as possible. I hope he recovers as well. Man, I'm sorry you're going through it. I know I've gone through it a few times, more than a few times. It's really rough. They have amazing souls. Their friendship's never unwavering. I mean, they're always there for you. Boy, you should probably eat lunch more often when you're playing Sequism. Totally understand, Dill. Man, you take care of business. You take care of them. Totally understand. Don't worry about chess or anything else. Yeah, that's rough, and keep your mind from not thinking the worst. I mean, that's rough. You gotta make that phone call. Totally understand, man. Praying for you, praying for your puppers, and man, they're our kids, man. They really are. We'll go for this review. Squizm played extremely well in that game. Probably should eat lunch more often.
You saw your chance for the win with a nice tactic, and you took it.
81% he played. 1,500 Squizm, you did good. Oh, I got a brilliant. Yay. Got a brilliant. His dog's having problems with cancer, and is 10 years old, and so rough situation. I know how that is. Lost my buddy Caesar. I lost Pete too, and I haven't even talked about Pete. Pete was a Malamute St. Bernard mix. Got him before Caesar, actually. I talked to Dell this morning and started telling him about Caesar. But Caesar died 2 months shy of 16. He was a Red Wolf German Shepherd, and I got him at the pound. They wrote down Chow, and the reason being is they don't allow you to have wolf breed where I lived at the time. And they got around it by Chow, so the vet did tests on him and found out that he was a Red Wolf German Shepherd mix. Best dog I've ever had. I mean, amazing. Well, Pete and Brandy were like right up there too, but absolutely amazing. Good with kids, good with people, protective, good with kitties, good with everybody, super smart. I mean, and that was really tough. And losing him, almost made 16. And then Pete was 3, and Pete was before Caesar. And we got Pete and Brandy together, Bassett. She lived to 14. And all of a sudden, it was the summer, and Pete started getting sick, and he had deformed kidneys. It's a Malamute thing. And so I graduated from Washington State. I know they have a big veterinary school there, and I called to see if they would take him. And nobody was there. It was the summer. I mean, they said they had nobody that could. And so lost Pete at 3 years old, and that was, God, he was amazing. And then we got Caesar, made sure Brandy went to the pound with us to pick out the right one. Caesar was just like Pete, man. Slept in the same spot in the hallway, did all the same things Pete did. I mean, it was like reincarnation. It was crazy. Yeah, when you get older, I think you get better with dogs. I got bit by a German Shepherd when I was in 3rd grade. Scared the crap out of me, but great with dogs now. Dogs love me now. So let's go through this review. Man, great job. 1,500, played 91.3% in the opening, 56.2 in the mid game, and 90.5 in the end game. I had a brilliant. My end game accuracy is really, really strong. That's my best part of my game. If I get the end game on anybody, I got a chance, especially if it's close.
Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games.
You can't see anybody in chat? That's weird. It shows we got 3 viewers. We have Dell is in chat, and there's nobody else that I can see either. They're either on chess.com or they're on the general. It's too bad we don't get everybody in, man. More people talk, the better it gets. You know what I'm saying? Better chat gets. But also, I'm multi-streaming on YouTube, so, and due to TOS, I cannot acknowledge people that chat in the multi-stream. There were people on my birthday that were wishing me happy birthday, and I couldn't respond to them because of Twitch terms of service. Yeah, you know, after Wizardry today, I was doing good in Wizardry. In the last 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I was doing a quest. I'm doing the arena now, and I've got past the first 2 fights. There's 5 of them. And I was doing quests. I was in the western, whatever it is, the fields. And all of a sudden, the game hooked up. And I couldn't move, and I had to Control Alt Delete, come back, and when I did so, my mic, I guess, turned off on Twitch. So even though I was active, I was watching my microphone go on. Nobody could hear me on Twitch, and so I checked YouTube live, and it sounded like I was from Munchkinland. So that was a problem. So nobody could hear me on Twitch. So last 10 minutes of that stream got ruined. So then I took a nap. I was really tired today. So woke up about 7:30. And then I tried to come in, and I had a little bit of a problem coming in. And even though I had I was late, tried to run off the original schedule. And for some reason, it didn't come up on YouTube, and I checked it. So I canceled the schedule and waited till 8:15, I believe, and put a new schedule up for 8:15, and that's why I was late. I was pretty tired, so I got to make sure I go to bed early tonight. I stayed up till 4, and yesterday was a big patch for Wizardry. And for those that are viewing now, if you haven't heard, I was an original Wizardry player. I know I said that over and over, but 1981 is when it came out, and it was the first graphical game for PC and RPG. And so it was for the Apple II Plus, for personal home computers, and Commodore 64. And the thing was about Wizardry, it was not only first in that, it was first that had basically D&D, and you had a party of 6, couldn't have good and evil characters together. It was very unforgiving, and the interface was really basic. And it was basically line graphics of squares, cubes, and it would go off, and the top part of the cube was open, so you just see every time you move down the hallway, and it was vector line graphics, and then this highly giant pixels picture would come up. It was actually in color because I got a TSR-80 monitor and took my green screen that came with the Apple II Plus off and unhooked that, put the TSR, it was like a 7-inch diagonal, 5-inch maybe, and you have 4 basic colors, I believe, and this picture of whatever it was, like a stick figure skeleton or a little pile of whatever, and sometimes you couldn't even tell, but the text would tell you. And I'm playing Proving Grounds on Monday, although I didn't play it on my birthday this last Monday. But Proving Grounds, the reboot, and has the updated graphics. Actually, really cool game, and it's really unforgiving, just like the original was. But pretty cool 2024 reboot. So only a year old, and been playing that. God, I remembered all the maps, man. It was crazy. So I learned about Wizardry Variants Daphne. Best Wizardry game ever made. No doubt, hands down. It is a gacha game. It does have microtransactions, but you don't have to, buy them. I mean, you really don't. You get so many characters. You get 2 legendaries. Everybody does in the first few moments of gameplay. So I already have 45 characters, I believe, that are over level 20. So I do purchase because I really think that they honored the legacy of Wizardry. But it blows those early games away. And I played Nine of Diamonds and Legacy of Lilligum. But flippin' amazing game. The English version, it was Japanese developer, and I'm sorry I forget the name, but on Steam it came out for PC in March. And yesterday they had a huge patch, and it was the new engine, and it also had the celebration of 2 million downloads. And so, man, they gave me gems up the ying, and for the next week, I got a 11 character draw for free for the free gems. Free players will love it. Free to play players will love that. And then I got another 2,000 coming, so I already got 800 of that. And so I stayed up until 1700 JTS Japanese time, and I'm Pacific Standard Time, so I stayed up till 1:30, and of course I went in. I didn't play it. I went and did some maintenance and got some gems, did a draw, and they've got 4 iconic heroes that they haven't brought out since the start of the game. Also, the Android and the iPhone came out in October, so the game's been out on phone. And this is no ordinary gacha game. It really isn't. This is a full-fledged storyline, freaking fluid graphics, amazing wizardry. They could make this standalone without the gacha, really. It's freaking unbelievable. And so I'm playing the heck out of it. I play it at 11 o'clock. That's when I talked to Del today. First time I talked to him about the situation with his pupper. And I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's freaking crazy good. And I believe there's another patch going on right now on the second part of it for that engine. Can't wait to see what that does. And but I did have a hiccup in the Western Fields or wherever that's called. I know it's Axios or Anzios or something like that. But all of a sudden my voice went into, we're off to see the Wizard Bunchkin land, and on Twitch it just shut off. It was so the last 10-15 minutes of the VOD today. But I had a lot of people in, and so I said, screw it, I am sleeping. You know what? It's really cool. And with Wizardry, the good and the evil characters originally couldn't run together. They run together in this one. All the mechanics are the same. All the spells. There's a couple of name changes, but all the spells are the same. All the traps and what happens in the traps are the same. Everything is the same. And the mechanics are pretty much the same, but it's this amazing graphical, voice-acted, experienced storyline. And anybody that actually plays it on the phone or on the PC, and I play on the PC, The crazy thing is, if you get by the first abyss, and I believe there's 4 of them, or there's 3 now, and there's a 4th coming. I'm on number 2, and I'm almost at the end of number 2, and I know that you go back and do some things. But what's crazy is that first abyss when you finish it, and you finish it in a week or so, a week and a half, few days. And it's 8 levels. I mean, it's pretty intense, and there's stuff that happens in the storyline and what you're supposed to do. And then you finish it, and you feel like you accomplished something, right? You just feel like, wow, I did something. That was cool. And all of a sudden something happens, and you look at it and you go, what? And I guarantee you, anybody that's done that and actually finished it and isn't writing like a critical review about gacha games or a critical review without going through that has no idea of the storyline. Has no freaking idea. There's some great reviews on here, and a lot of people love the game, and it's really cool. We haven't seen, JJWF. I think he's sponsored also by them, but man, he has a great channel. Guy rocks, and he's come in, he followed me, I followed him, and he's got great content. He has 1,000 people watching him every time he plays, and he plays a lot of gacha games, and so great streamer, shout out to him, JJWF. When he first came in, it said JJWF is following you, and I thought somebody was punking me, because I'm JJ, and I guess we have the same exact name, so it's kind of crazy. But none of the big streamers, the big name streamers, picked it up yet. And Tectone talks a lot about it. Really like Tectone, actually. He has a lot of common sense. I don't agree with all of the stuff he says, but actually I really like his content. And shout out to him and Asmongold. And Asmongold's going through a really tough time with his dad, and I hope everything works out, man. I really like how he is open about everything. And dude's got common sense up the yin yang, and I really like his content. That's one of the main channels that I watch offline, and also Y-Files. I love Y-Files. I think those are great. But anyway, with Tectone and Asmongold, Tectone talks about Wizardry, and I've heard him love the crap out of that game. But the problem is, a lot of people don't watch it when you play it. And if they watched it, they'd probably be hooked, because that's how I got hooked. And I was an original Wizardry player anyway, 44 years later. So when I actually stumbled across it, I made 2 old man reviews for Wizardry Online back in 2013. And they were voiced. And somebody actually wrote about it and said, wow, you're spot on the character development. And I was like, thank you. And we had like 4 or 5 replies. And so I went to Facebook, and all of a sudden this ad comes up, and it looks like that it's a review. And I think it was Gamer PC or something, PC Games. And I looked at it. I go, did somebody steal freaking the copyright to Wizardry? Because Wizardry Variants, what the hell was that? And this was about a month and a half ago. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the fuck, man? I mean, what the hell? And so I read it, and I'm like, there's a new Wizardry out? You gotta be kidding. So I'm gonna have to play it. And I go here to the streamers that are Japanese, and I'm ignorant. I'm sorry, I don't know their names. And I wish I could, or I'd give a shout out to them. But I watched them, and couldn't understand what they were saying. But it looked like the same mechanics. It looked like the same. I mean, they really put their homework. These devs really love their work, and I really think that they really have a huge, high respect for the legend of what Wizardry was. And people in North America forgot about Wizardry. I mean, I went to Wizardry 8, and years passed between them. And the Legendary 3 were Proving Grounds, Knight of Diamonds, and Legacy of Lilligum. I played them all. I beat them all. Took stacks of paper. No internet back then. You had to write down every freaking riddle, and then you had to type it in and answer it correctly, or you never got by it. So, with Wizardry, from that Facebook post, I went to the live stream here on Twitch and watched it, and I was thinking, oh man, it's a Japanese developer, and Japan loves the game right now. I mean, they're loving the game, and I love the game. I think it's freaking best Wizardry ever. I mean, the best Wizardry ever, no doubt, hands down. It is a full game. It's a legit game, and everybody is saying it's a gotcha game because of microtransactions, and they're just avoiding it and not even giving it a chance, and that sucks. But from the standpoint of, I was watching these guys play it from Japan, and I was like, is it going to be subtitled? And I was kind of thinking, I mean, I don't know if I want a subtitled game. And so I kind of walked away from it for a half hour, and then I thought, man, I'm going to download it. What the hell? So I went to Steam. It was a free download. Downloaded it, put United States in, and it's in English. Everything, the voice acting is freaking top notch. Even the creatures are taunting your ass during the game. Your characters, you can't have good and evil, of course neutral, and they're fighting each other, and then they're taking you to the tavern, and they're having some grog and telling you how you suck. I mean, this game is freaking amazing. And, I've seen the reviews on it, and I wish that a major streamer would actually show the gameplay. Those guys that are making the, that have a million viewership, because I think they'd be impressed, and especially if they got through the Abyss one, because everybody I've talked to on here, everybody, plus myself, my jaw dropped. That was coolest fucking thing ever. I'd never seen anything like it. Sorry about my French, but apologize for the choice words. But from the standpoint of, I thought I messed up. I did. I thought, what? What just happened? And I mean, it's that mind-blowing. Whoever came up with that idea, it was brilliant. And a lot of people that do the reviews and talk about these it's a gotcha game. But then they're watching these horse race girls, man. Like, that's going to be the game of the year. Are you kidding me? You got to be freaking joking. I mean, you got to be freaking joking. So I wish, and I understand people are not watching, in North America anyway, they're not watching Wizardry play. They're just not watching it. And I understand that. So I'm sorry I digressed off of, chess tonight. I apologize. We'll go through the game, the openings and stuff, but it's a cool freaking game, man. It's legit. It's one of the best games made this year or last year. And it's on phone, which is crazy. One thing, though, if you get Steam and you try it, link your account to both your phone and the computer, because if there's an update and it screws up, you're going to lose your information. So make sure that you link so you have it on one or the other so you can get it saved. But I think this is the second day of the engine, so it's going to come back at 1 o'clock, but I'm going to go to bed. And But I got one of those heroes, and it was free polls, so I'm going to get another free poll in 5 days. 2,000 gems from just a special of the 2 million celebration. There's a bunch of different things. There's a new mage test arena, which you can change your master class to mage. They already got the fighter one up. They got the mage. They're bringing back 4 characters that are dropping with special items, and I actually got one in there. I think they said it was a 1.9% chance, and I actually pulled one. And I already have the character, but I've got now I guess the original version of that character. And I've only been playing for 5 weeks. I'm already close to 50 level. I've gotten through the iron exam. There's one more exam, the steel exam, and for 60. And I'm right at the end of the second abyss. So, and there's tons more content, and I guess it's harder as anything. So I'm really enjoying it. So, ad starting, I will continue with this review. I apologize. I get excited about Wizardry, and lost a bunch of people going, well, I don't want to hear about Wizardry. I want to watch chess.
In the Caricon defense, C6 supports a quick D7 and D5 pawn push to control the center and challenge the E4 pawn.
Yeah, so Quizum, I just saw that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's 18 plus. I'll be aware of that more often. I apologize for bringing you over there, but I do want to bring people over and go to innate. I also, H1's not like that, and neither is House of Pancakes or Grizu is awesome. Faye now, I'm not sure if she's 18 plus or not, but I'll be trying to, when I take people over to those, raid them. And I need about 8 people, 10 people to raid, I don't want to go over with 1 or 2. I do every once in a while, just check in and say hi to them because they've raided me so much and I appreciate it. You were here for the Wizardry and the chess.
Knight F3 develops the knight toward the center and controls the D4 and E5 squares.
Man, I had a good day on Wizardry. People were in there talking, man. That's new.
D5 takes space in the center, attacks the E4 pawn, and allows the light squared bishop to develop. That was a fair trade. A straightforward recapture. This prepares your bishop for development.
Yeah, as soon as he went to the Caricon, I'm like, man, he's playing solid compared to the last game.
They bring out their knight, increasing their control over the center.
Great job.
That pawn chain will help strengthen your pawn structure. Their knight comes into play. Attack. You had a better option, but this is not bad.
Yeah, I could have went on the point. I decided not to.
Their queen moves into the game.
A little worried about that. My next move was to F4. That was my next move, and he blocked it off. That was brilliant on his part.
You overlooked a better way to develop a bishop off its starting square.
Yeah, I should have went there.
Their better move was to develop a bishop off its starting square.
Yeah, I was a little worried about that. Went with the pawn move.
You exchange pieces of equal value. A clear recapture.
And I want that queen off the board. I don't like that queen being there. So
your better option was to develop a bishop off its starting square.
Yeah, could have done the check. Could have done it. Yeah, that was yeah. Yeah, that might have been nice. I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all.
A straightforward recapture. This move cuts off the check from the queen, keeping your king safe.
I just wanted the queen off the board, so my usual focus is just try to get the end game even if I'm down 1 or even possibly 2 points. I know I have a strong end game, so I have a chance. Not always the best chance, but I like to get to the end game because I know that's my strongest part of my chess game.
This
and always has been for even in the 70s.
You use the recapture to develop another piece. This move forces your bishop to retreat, giving your opponent extra tempo.
And that's 1970s, by the way.
For sure you had to move away from the threat.
I mean, he played fantastic. I mean, I was like, oh, shoot.
They offer a fair trade of pieces. That was an even swap of material. A clear recapture.
Yeah, he played really good.
This move activates your knight to strengthen control over the center.
Can't remember what it said. Did it say he played 1600, I think?
They chose kingside castling,
I was like,
getting
oh
their
my
king
God.
out of the center and activating a rook. Castling on the same side of the board as your opponent is a solid choice.
And I was running out of time in Rapids because I'm more of I am a classical player, over the board player. I just didn't play speed chess. Coach didn't want me
This
to
move
back
connects
in the
their
day.
rooks, giving them a stronger position to work together. You gained control of more squares with this excellent knight move.
So the first time I ever played speed chess was here a year ago when I came on May 21st. And
Placing the rook on an open file.
I'm still not that good at it. I flag a lot.
Good job stepping in to defend your bishop.
That's why my ELO's low on chess.com, but higher on USCF over the board.
Their better move was to increase a bishop's scope by moving it to a better square. Your best move was to win a tempo by threatening a rook.
You know, I really should have done that. See it now, I missed it. That was me, I missed it. I was thinking that I could press that pawn first and then do it, and I was wrong.
Their better move was to double rooks on a single file.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't.
Your better option was to win a tempo by threatening a rook.
No, could have done that. Could have done, could have, would have. Boy, I didn't see that. That's my bad.
They had an opportunity to punish your inaccurate play, but didn't catch it.
Boy,
You get a chance to win a tempo by threatening a rook.
we just went through a series of blunders.
Your best move was to win a tempo by threatening a rook.
Yeah, oops.
You can pick up a free pawn. You made a passed pawn. They placed their rook on a blockade square, stopping your pawn.
And this is what I was thinking. So I was going to let him take the pawn, and I was going to do this.
Your better option was to win material through a tactic.
That would have been, yeah, that was better too. God, I didn't even see it. Wasn't looking, I was looking for the back rank mate. That was my fault.
This move
Totally
gives you
missed
the
it.
opportunity to win their knight.
Yeah. So obviously, I did get the knight anyway, but I got it this way.
This wins a knight. A straightforward recapture. You found the right idea by sacrificing your rook.
I was going for the back right mate the whole way, so I did it the wrong way, but it ended up, at least I got a piece out of it.
This move puts their rook on a safer square. You are threatening to force eventual checkmate. They kick your rook with a pawn, forcing it to move or be captured. A good choice to move your threatened rook. They exchange pieces of equal value. You recapture the piece. That was the only move. This is a good time for you to get out of trouble.
Yeah, I probably could have went here too. That was a good move too. That probably would have been a better move. Because the knight had the D2.
Decent move.
I
but they had a
learn,
better
I
one.
love these reviews. I learn every time. May not get them every, the next time, but I get better and better and better.
You want a pawn for free.
This was a little bit scary because I was going into the lion's den and I thought I might get trapped, but I
Their
got a
king
little
steps away from the check
fortunate.
by your knight. You captured that free pawn. They moved their... For sure you had to move away from the threat.
And I wanted that rook off the board, and I already know I'm winning in the endgame. So I figure I will trade that knight and rook, go to the endgame, push these pawns, and take advantage that way. So
Their king steps away from the check by your knight.
I knew at this point that
Yes, this is the way.
I had it, and I didn't have any problem when this next couple of moves come up.
They made one of the top moves in this position.
Yeah, it was a good move.
Good job defending that pawn. I like their choice. This is a good time for you to get out of trouble. They move the rook to safety. Good job defending that knight.
Yeah, I could have took that pawn.
This move puts their pawn on a safer square.
And I decided to do this.
Very good choice.
Let's get it to an end game. Let's win the end game. And I'm down to 2 minutes. So I better get this done fast.
That capture of your rook will cause you to lose material after all the trades are made. A clear recapture. Good job, that's what I would have played too. They played one of the best moves here. Your opponent has to watch that passed pawn. They made one of the top moves in this position. You step your king away from the checking pawn. That's not a mistake, but they did not find the best move. Well done, an excellent move.
Yep.
I like their choice. You trade off equal material. A straightforward recapture. Your
Now
passed
let's
pawn
run.
advances to it. They took your pawn. Passed pawns must be pushed. They played one. Your passed pawn is one step closer to promotion. They made one of the top moves in this position. Your pawn now promotes to queen. They played the strongest move available. This is a fine move.
I want those pawns off the board, and I'm going to push and just ladder mate. Might as well do it easy. I don't care about shock and awe. I just want to do it the easiest way. I'm going to get both these pawns and just push. Got 134 on the clock, so I got to hustle.
They are right on target. That was a fair trade. You get a chance to win material by checking the king away from its defense. Good job stepping in to defend your pawn.
Yeah. Wanted me to check him out of there, but I didn't want to accidentally do something dumb, so.
They did not find the right idea. You captured a free pawn. I like their choice. You continue the checkmate attack.
And I have this pawn blocking, so there's not going to be any weird stuff. I'm just going to go
Precise
right
move
down the
from your
road.
opponent.
And it's
You
another
conti-
race.
They played your. They made. You can. I like your move gets closer to checkmate.
And then in this situation, I mean, for those players that have known this, but for beginning players, always check the king. Whatever you do, don't make a non-checkable move, because that's when you get a stalemate.
Their king steps away from the check. You're still on the road to checkmate. They move their king out of the check. You're continuing down the road to checkmate.
And I've got the diagonal. See the diagonal? That's where the ladder's going to go.
Their king steps away from the check by your queen.
He could have went the other way, and I was thinking he was going to, but I was going to go to A5 with the mate on that move, and he did go the way I thought he would, but he could have went to A4, but it would have been mate in 1.
Getting closer to the forced checkmate. They move their king out of the... Congrats on your win.
So I do want to check his
You saw your chance for the win with a nice tactic and you took it.
yeah, he had 1,500. I mean, for a 6-18, that was a fantastic game. Absolutely fantastic game. And, well, it was obviously a brilliant, because if he takes, it's the ladder mate, checkmate. But yeah, I'll take the brilliant. I don't get very many. I've had a couple in the last few days, 2 or 3, that those puzzles that I've been playing have really made a difference. Really made a difference. So, thank you everybody for coming in tonight. I appreciate it. I think, man, I took a nap. I was really tired, and it was really nice to have a lot of people watching Wizardry for once at 11 o'clock. I'll be back at it at 11 o'clock tomorrow. And it was great to have you guys in watching chess and let me talk about Wizardry too. And I would stay on for another hour, but like Del said, boy, you're on late, and I am. I took the extra couple of hour nap so that I could sleep, and then came on at 8:15 tonight instead of 6:30. I'll be back on tomorrow night at 6:30. It is Friday Night Blitz tomorrow. That is the arenas that I host 4 nights a week, and it's different than normal because I create the arena, I host it, but I also do the sports commentary for you guys, make you guys stars. I just want fair play by you guys. That's all I want. Fair play policy for you. And I do the sports play-by-play. I do not talk about position during the games that I show because people can watch my multi-streams and listen to me while they're playing. And so fair play policy on me, so I don't do it. That's the only difference, or would comment on position, but I don't. And but that's what country you're from. If I know you from Twitch or whatever, if I know you in real life, if I've been friends with you guys for the year that I've been on Twitch, I'll put some color into it, talk about your background, talk about you, and pump you guys up. And so Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I do this. I think I'm the only person that does it on the net for beginning, intermediate, and advanced players. And it's a lot of fun for me too. I was on the radio for 9.5 years, so I hope you enjoy it as well. Don't cheat. That's all I ask. And Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I log in at 6:30. 7 o'clock is the arena. It starts at 7. I need 4 people to start it, and then once people see it on chess.com, they start adding. You can have up 30, 40. The most we've ever had is 122 people in it. It's a lot of fun, and I do it 4 nights a week for you guys, and then I play puzzles and take challenges on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So tomorrow night, Friday Night Blitz at 7 p.m. Oops, I got disconnected. There we go. 7 p.m. 6:30, I'll have the link up. And Saturday Night Rapid, Sunday Night Freestyle, Chess 960, and Tuesday night for Love of the Game. And it's a blitz this upcoming Tuesday. So tomorrow night will be a blitz. I'll have it up and ready to go at 6:30. I'm going to put my Discord. If you want to go into my Discord, that's the invite. It is free. And let me write that up. And multi-streaming on my chess channel, which is my primary channel, 497 videos, I think. So thank you all. I appreciate you. I am going to get some sleep is what I'm going to do. And thank you all for watching. Really appreciate y'all. Dale, I hope he makes it. I hope he's going to be all right. And his puppy is 10 years old. So I hope good things. And pray for him. And we will see you on the flip side. Thank you, guys.